Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to revisit Arachknight Tier 2 and give you guys an update about a month later on how I feel about the character and some additional gameplay to see how he measures up from one build to another. Because in the original video, which was a different type of video for me, it was a long video, a long form. I did the full character upgrade from 1 star all the way to tier 2 with the Uru, at least some of the Uru skills and ISO 8 set, but I left out the Obelisk, and then we just did a Corvus run stage 30 with a decent team, and we kind of gauged the results based on that. So now I kind of want to do the later stages, or the last step, in my opinion, or one of the last steps in developing a character and kind of finishing out their build. And usually when I build a character, I don't go Uru, ISO 8, and skills first after I tier 2 them. I usually try to go Obelisk first, although I do get the ISO 8 set done. I leave most of the Uru unfinished, as I've done here, because of the Obelisk. Now in this case, I ended up equipping on the stream last night a crit rate 140 proc. Now this is not the greatest Obelisk, of course. Guard break is nice, but he has so many iframes and he has guaranteed dodge that it's not as useful for PvE, which is primarily where I'm going to be using him. So if you play the way that I play the game, and if you like the game modes that I like, you're better off doing something like crit rate and crit damage, or even an offensive stat like crit rate or crit damage, and then dodge, and then a damage proc. And of course 140 is nice, but 160, 180, or 200 would be nicer. But this is what I had. The reason why I leave the Uru until after the Obelisk is because I'm usually looking for an offensive Obelisk, and I'm usually looking for either crit rate or crit damage, or both. And because the number is so large, 20%, 25%, 30% of the stat, it really shifts where I'm going to be equipping my Uru in terms of either equipping crit rate or crit damage. So if I had done the Uru already and I had equipped, let's say, crit rate, then it would be a problem for me, and I'd have to waste Uru and replace them, because you don't get to take them up, take them back, and take them off. So taking a look at his skills, he doesn't have any guaranteed crit rate, or he doesn't have any crit damage. He has one skill that gives him 5% crit rate, which is not that much, and it's only for 4 seconds. But then when we go to his details page, he's got maxed out cooldown, almost maxed out ignore defense, which we're just going to say is maxed out. And then he's got 65.69, so 71% almost crit rate. So it's obviously just crit damage that he's lacking. In hindsight, maybe I should have gone for crit damage, but that's okay. He also has Weapons Master, some crit rate and crit damage there. So with this knowledge now, I know that I need to just pump his crit damage all the way up. So I have 7 here that I've created beforehand. What you can do, and something that I like to do, not that it's necessarily something you must do for every single build, but just something that I've gotten in the habit of doing, is I always try to aim for 4 Uru amplification slots rather than 5, because it's so expensive. 3 is just not useful enough to me, but if you're really tight on gold, settle for 3. And then the second thing I like to do is, once I've decided, okay, I want to give him crit damage, I'll equip 1 in the amplified slot, and I'll leave 1 amplified slot open. And I do this just because if I go back to his details page and I decide, you know what, I really want to give him an Uru of a different kind, attack speed or something else, HP, then I can still have that flexibility, and I don't have to put the last Uru on one of the unamplified slots, which only gives the base stats. Because remember, the amplified slot gives you almost, actually more than the base amount. So the base amount is 115, and then it's giving me an additional 153 crit damage, which is, a lot. It's more than doubling it. So now we go back. 167.59 is still not good enough. We want to be a lot closer to like 180, 185. So at this point, we know we just have to go full in on crit damage. Now, of course, we can only equip 2 per gear. No, I don't want to replace that. We can only do 2 per gear. So we're going to have to just go in on all of the amplified ones and then the unamplified ones as well. I ran out of 4 star, so we're down to 3 star, but we can't upgrade here. Nice. And this is the maximum amount of crit damage that I can have now with this build. So we're at 176, not perfect. We can check the 4th gear. It's ignore defense. We can't change that. And so this is kind of where we end up with the character. Now, we could give him some ignore defense Uru and switch the 4th gear, but it's not going to work out well. We're not going to get back the 1,180, and he's not capped on ignore defense, so that's not going to work. I'm going to leave the last Uru open for now, but I would probably end up putting HP and maybe 1 ignore defense just to cap that 49.68. I'm actually going to put 1 ignore defense just to cap it. I only have a 2-star. Oh, gross. Okay, and then we're going to take him into some action. Again, we have almost an identical team that we can build against Corvus for also stage 30. We're going to see this time with a damage proc how much further he gets. How many we're going to get here? 3? Okay. That's good enough. I think 1 is good enough. I don't think I needed 3. Yeah, and now we're capped. So great. The attack speed's pretty low, but he does get some attack speed from his skills. And we're going to see just which... We want to pay attention to a couple things. We want to pay attention to, of course, the damage. We'll probably get to try this again on a slightly more difficult stage. We don't have, however, we don't have Ebony Maw. So we're going to have to use him instead. And then I don't think we have Beast, so we're just going to use Goliath. We can't pass the buff. So here we go. Stage 30. This is almost an identical team. It's a little bit worse. We used Ebony Maw. Well, it's better in terms of the buff that he's getting from... Oh, I missed the proc altogether. Okay, so we missed the proc on 5, so we went ahead and procced it on 4, which isn't ideal, but it is what happened. There we kind of got it procced on 5, so yeah, the damage is quite a bit better. We're already on to the next phase, which is really nice. 1, 2, 3, we start running. Okay. I think, yeah, 4 into 5 seems like a pretty nice combo for... Oh, that's a lot of tornadoes. All right. 4 into 5 seems like a pretty nice combo. Yeah, that's nice. That's like almost a bar. We did get hit with the bleed, which does absolutely... Well, what am I doing? Yeah, he has some weird animation where he kind of just sits there. It's the first skill. Yeah, okay. Nice, nice. Okay. His second skill is also an iframe. Oh man, I keep getting hit by like random things. I just popped the heal. Okay. Gotta play a little bit more safe. Ugh, his third skill is really long, so I think we want to cancel the third skill as soon as possible, because it's just a buff that you want. But yeah, I keep getting snared. I might die. I just died. Wow, I just died. Let's try this again. Wow. Okay, so I gotta play a little bit more carefully. I think 1 I can use defensively. I should probably not use 2, although it's a nice iframe. And then we want to just cancel 3 right away. So I think probably 3, 4, 5 is a nice little combo. He keeps canceling my first skill. I don't know what's going on. Corvus is being a big weirdo. I'm dead. This is so bizarre. What is going on? I'm actually so confused right now. He's canceling my skills, and I'm not really sure why. He's not iframing, so I don't know why Arachknight's so sensitive. But yeah, okay. See that it's really nice. It's a whole bar, but man, his defense is Arachknight's defense is so bad. But it's a lot of damage. So 5th skill is nice with a proc for stage 30. He kind of reminds me of Phantom X in a way, but a little bit squishier than Phantom X, because Phantom X has a recovery, kind of like a recurrent recovery, where at recurrent, you know, he has like a healing that continues to happen, whereas Arachknight only has it on his tier 2 passive, which only happens... Maybe I should use the second skill to proc the damage. No, I really don't like the second skill. No, no. The second skill's bad because it's hard to cancel. So I kind of see myself swinging and I can't stop myself from swinging. I can't stop myself from swinging. No, but seriously, it's bad. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a better way of doing this, but it's just kind of awkward, man. But the damage is nice. Just over a minute. Maybe we could do stage 40. I don't know. It's fast, but he's not that tanky. His survivability is not that good. And yeah, I could build him more. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I could build him more offensively or defense. I could build him more offensively. I could build him more defensively, but then he's not going to do as much damage. Oh man, but that 5th skill is pretty nice. For those of you that are wondering, although I did use the tickets on Arachknight to get him to tier 2, I have re-upped or replayed repeated the Arachknight heroic quest just because I like all of the additional boxes that you get from Arachknight's quest that you don't get from the other quests. The boxes being the what am I doing? The boxes being the I iframe. Nice. Oh, I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. No, I'm not dead, guys. Not dead. Hashtag not dead. Okay, don't hashtag, please. Still not dead. Poggers. Nice. Okay, okay. Oh, that's bad. Anyways, yeah, I paid again. I paid another 750 crystals for the yeah, buddy. This is Dunzo. This is Funzo Dunzo. This dude's done. Okay, slow down there, partner. Let's try a harder stage. Alright, so we're back on a more difficult stage, and this is another thing that you can do to push yourself and to test characters, is to see how quickly they can finish a stage, and then judging by how much time is left. So I had more than 2 minutes. Then from there extrapolating and seeing how much further they can go. So we've jumped a little bit higher than I usually do. I usually jump about 5 stages, so 30 to 35. We're going to jump all the way to 40. I kind of pulled my head out of my ass, so instead of using Goliath's leadership, we're now using She-Hulk's leadership, which is definitely better. So we're going to see here, we missed the proc, which is not good. Oh, we're taking damage here. I'm actually more worried about, his damage still seems pretty good. I'm actually more worried about dying. Yeah, I'm going to die. Yep, I died. Damn it. So I still need to of course, get used to the character, but I mean, let's see. He might have enough damage to do stage 40, which is actually kind of impressive for a character that doesn't have a leadership or a uniform. But I'm really struggling to see where I'm gonna trigger his proc from. Like there, I just triggered it on. I keep getting frozen and stuff, dude. I keep triggering it from his, or trying to trigger it on it. What are you doing, Arachknight? He has really weird targeting, it seems like. So he just gets in these awkward positions against characters where he's just kind of swinging in the air at nothing. Well, not against characters. I'm only really playing against Corvus, but you guys can see what's going on. Yeah, the damage is good. It's just hard to, and I'm just scared, honestly, to use the 4th skill because Corvus does so much damage. Yeah, this is really hard defensively. I'm surprised that it's the defense that he's having trouble with. But, yeah, I mean, certain characters will surprise you in certain ways. I wouldn't have guessed, reading his skill set, that Arachknight needs more help defensively than offensively. But, yeah, here we are. But, yeah, I don't want to use the 4th skill because it's dangerous, and Corvus just does way too much damage. But I don't seem to be doing enough. Maybe not enough damage to finish this. Let me see if I can at least survive. That's probably a good indication of his ability. At least if I can survive. Iframes are good, but we're losing. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, this is really hard. I don't think he can do this stage. So I may have overestimated his value, but it's definitely better to overestimate and then draw yourself back down than to, you know, keep a character down in a place where they may not, you know, shine as much as they could. They're not reaching their full potential. So we've scaled it back down to, in this case, stage 35. This, I think, is a lot more doable for him because I'm not worried about getting one-shotted by Corvus, and I'll definitely, look at that, I'll definitely be able to do enough damage to finish the stage. We just did that in about 25 seconds. But stage 35 for a character that doesn't have a uniform, level 60. Remember, we still have to get him to level 70. Oh, that's a really, oh, we dodged it. Still have to get him to level 70. Not that we have to get him to level 70. Still have the possibility of getting him to level 70, I should say. And also, you know, I guess I could get him to gear 25. Not that I actually would, but if you wanted to know more about his potential, you obviously could if you wanted to take him that far. And that would add, you know, a couple of stages, if not 5 whole stages to his jump. So with the CTP of energy, I will say I do think he'll be able to do stage 40 with level 70, gear 20. And I think if you went up, wow, I think if you went up to gear 25, again, this is just me speculating, but I think if you went up to gear 25, he might be able to do 45, possibly even a little bit higher. I don't want to say 50, because 50 is the number where people really start going poggers and getting crazy, and having really high expectations. But yeah, he's got a lot of chain hits. He's got a lot of damage on his 5th skill if you can time it properly with a proc. And I imagine that if you're going to invest... See, yeah, his 5th skill got canceled just now. That was actually really annoying. But I imagine if you're going to invest in the character that much, that you would learn his rotation enough to never miss it. But yeah, less than 2 minutes to finish the first phase is a really good sign. That's usually where you want to be at the beginning, so it's good that he made it that far, I guess, that we've made it that far. Oh, get out of the way, dude. Oh my fuck. So like I was saying, I think he does have the potential to clear anywhere from stage 40 to stage 50 when he's, you know, given a CTP of energy, because it synergizes a lot with his chain hit damage, and also you know, leveled up to level 70 and possibly gear 25. That's kind of where I speculate. I also managed to try and figure out a better rotation for him. That would be 2 cancel 5 and then whoops, and then 4 and then 1. So 2 drops those things, and then 4 we can do while we have the immunity up from 5 after we don't die. After we do, but we do 2 cancel into 5. That's a really nice one, and then we do the 4th skill, and then if that works, we do the 1st skill, and then we do the 2nd skill, and then we, yeah, well, it works. We're just getting interrupted with there's tons of oh, seriously? There's tons of environmental effects going on right now, so we're having a bit of trouble showcasing our new rotation. But it's 2 into 5, and it usually triggers, and then we can do 4, and then we can do 1. But now we have to get out of the way because of this beam. And then we do 2 into 5. Yeah, and then he's doing this thing here. Don't die. Don't die. Okay, good. Okay. 4. Well, it's supposed to be 1 instead of 2 there. Well, we got the 5th skill back to back, which is pretty nice. Okay, we're kind of messing up the rotation here. There's so much going... No, I'm dead. I'm not dead? How am I not dead? I don't know how I'm not dead. I'm not dead. Cool. I was just pressing a bunch of buttons and I'm not dead. He's gonna do that. Yep. Okay, we're not dead. Cool. Yeah, so that's the rotation though. 2, cancel 5, cancel 5 as soon as that works. And then 4, and then he keeps iframing, so that's the kind of the problem here. And then 1, and then 2, cancel 5. Whoops, supposed to be 4 and then 1. Yeah, I'm obviously a little bit distracted, as you can tell. But yeah, we can do this, man. Oh my god. I was about to die. That's amazing. So 1 minute left. I think he could do a couple of stages higher, maybe a 37. And I think with level 70 or with perhaps a 200% damage proc, maybe he could push up to 40. So it's actually kind of impressive. I don't want to say it's too impressive, but it's not bad, at least for 1 day of World Boss Ultimate. Now, I'd have to test him against Proxima to see if he holds up as on a similar stage with similar numbers. You know, almost the same team up. You don't want to use She-Hulk, but you know, same parameters. You can use different strikers because you don't need the ignore dodge. But then seeing if he can push 35. Proxima is different in different ways, and she requires a bit of a different play style than Corvus because she has those purple circles that she summons and stuff like that, and she moves around the arena a little bit differently than Corvus does. But that will be an interesting thing to see, and perhaps for PvE, Arachknight can be useful for those 2 game modes. But let me know what you guys think of the character. Let me know if you're impressed. You're more impressed now with his kind of playstyle and his damage and his output against that 35 Corvus. Let me know what you think of the skill rotation. 2 cancel 5, 4, 1, 3 cancel, 2. Did it right like once. Subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want to support me. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.